Hey everybody, welcome to Advisor Talk. I am Frank LaRosa, your host, and this is Dale Dempsey, my co-host. Although I think today the roles are going to flip a little bit. I have a feeling I'm going to feel like the co-host, and Dale's going to be the host. So we're going to turn things upside down. But anyway, welcome to the show. Glad you joined us. If you're new to the show, we hope you find this interesting. We try to make these discussions and conversations, these talks, very timely, and they are generally based on what we've talked to clients about during the week. And so we never really know on a Thursday or Friday when we record some of these things what we're going to be talking about, just based on the topic of the week from an advisor that we talk to. We talk to advisors all over the country, all different firms, all different shapes and sizes. And so a topic that came up this week, which was I had overheard Dale talking about it with an advisor, and I didn't quite understand what the hell he was talking about. I'm like, "Oh, are you talking about ETFs?" And he's like, "No, we're not talking about ETFs, dude. We're talking about NFTs." And I'm like, "What's an NFT?" That I don't know. What is that? Is it a new ETF? Is it like an exchange traded fund of some sort? And
not even close.
Anyway, so I thought it would be a great idea, or actually Dale, to his credit, thought it'd be a great idea to talk about this particular topic. And I'm going to ask, essentially, I'm going to in our house we say, who's got the salt shaker? That means that who gets to talk, because it's an Italian family and sometimes we talk over each other. So I had him write a couple things down that he's going to go through, but I wanted Dale to get into this thing that a lot of people are starting to talk about. I glimpsed over at one time, I don't know if it was 60 Minutes or some news channel, where I saw the picture of like a digital cat or something. All I remember is it was a digital cat, and it sold for thousands and thousands of dollars. And it was almost like when I was a kid and you had those, not like an Etch-a-Sketch, but it was like that box, like a light box, and you put little pegs in it, right?
Light-Bright.
Light-Bright? Yeah, Light-Bright.
It was
right?
Light-Bright.
I'm like, that looks like that toy that I used to play with when I was a kid. It was sold for like, I don't know, $4 million or something like that. Anyway, so there's these things called NFTs, Non-Fungible Tokens. Yeah. And so since Dale is the tech wizard of the bunch of the two of us, I thought maybe he can talk a little bit about this. And Dale, why don't you explain to us what the hell this means?
Yeah, let me throw a disclaimer out there first. I don't really fully understand this either. I think most people don't, even the ones who are trying to jump on this bandwagon.
Yeah, look, that's NFTs, why we're just talking about it. We're trying to put it out there and talk out loud. This is basically us talking out loud.
Yeah, this did come up in conversation,
scary.
and rightfully so, because I think clients are going to be rushing to buy this stuff, especially the very, risk adverse clients that have the excess capital to buy something like this, and they'll be maybe I used the wrong term there, but
FU money. I call that FU money. What do you really mean? Does clients have the FU money?
So
right,
yeah. So what's non-fungible token? The way I understand it, maybe the easy way to explain it for me that I caught on was so you have a $10 bill. Right? I give you this $10 bill. Maybe I sign it with my name. Right. So that's unique, and maybe I just created committed a felony by doing that. I don't know the rules, but let's say I give you that $10 bill. It's got my signature on it. There's no other $10 bill in the world like that with my signature on it, right? That's what we're going to call non-fungible. It's irreplaceable. You could give me two $5 bills back. It's still the same value. It's still $10, but it doesn't have my signature. It's not the same thing. All right. So if we're clear on that, the next layer of this becomes cryptocurrency, specifically what they call tokens, or let's say it's $1 in digital currency.
Okay.
That is quote unquote non-fungible. It's totally unique. It has its own social security number sort of thing. And furthermore, the ledger system, the accounting system behind this $1 digital piece of currency, you can attach things to it. This is where people start to get into the fantastic ideas about blockchain technology.
Okay.
Right? So this is to me, probably the first time that anybody's had any idea or notion about what to do with blockchain outside of accounting and ran with it.
Okay.
So what they're doing is the cat with the Pop-Tart head that sold for $4 million or whatever that was.
Yeah.
The Lightbright.
The Lightbright art.
Right. They're saying, okay, so that's like one of one in terms of its uniqueness.
Okay, so it's one of one.
One of one. Anybody can create a one of one anything digital, right? So like basically everything digital is for sale.
Right.
And
like a picture that it's a piece of artwork, but it moves and it's lights up and does all these things. That's they can sell that.
They can sell that. Get ready for this though. This is where I was like starting to really get shocked and understood how far this implication is going to go. You can also have the same thing with a website. They now have NFT websites, web addresses that are one of one. So that's almost like, yeah, I know, right? I had the same sort of thought when I looked at it too. It was like, well, wait a second.
Isn't that how it is now?
I guess, I don't know. But
how do they exchange how does the currency work? So I have my Lightbright.
Yep.
Okay, my Lightbright cat. Then my 6-year-old, I don't have a 6-year-old, but let's say I had a 6-year-old and she did a Lightbright thing and it looks great and I want to go sell it.
Yeah.
Is it that you can only use a certain type of crypto to buy that?
Yeah. Well, yeah. You're going to trade crypto for it. So if it's
so you had an example of Kings of Leon sold an album for $6 million as an NFT. Elon Musk's wife sold $6 million in NFT music videos. Digital real estate video games are becoming NFTs. What was the other one? The cat Pop-Tart head that sold for $400,000, right? And Lindsay Lohan and Soulja Boy are big crypto spokespeople selling NFTs. So again, what is it that they're selling? They're selling
so practical applications. Kings of Leon, Soulja Boy, they're selling it. Music, right? Singles, albums, right? Okay. And so they're selling these one of one uniqueness, which they're really not, but right, they're selling that and you're buying it with crypto, but ultimately you're trading your cash in most cases for crypto to buy the unique crypto back.
Okay.
I was thinking about it.
I still don't fucking understand it.
Yeah, neither do I. But what are we looking at here?
Right.
Okay, so people, we understand it this much. What I see here is people with not just a ton of money that's expendable, but people who don't have the money, right? Sort of like when Bitcoin came on the scene, you saw people refinance their homes.
Oh, I know.
Well, guess what? NFTs, same thing. So if you have a whole marketplace of websites you can buy that are unique, whatever that means, and all these other things that are like you can buy the first.
So there'll be an ETF of NFTs
that will have, or there will be like a no cost, or like what do they call that? And a no transfer fee. Isn't there an NTF? There's a non-traded fund, or
no cost ETFs. You mean?
Yeah, no cost. Yeah, but there's an acronym for it. Oh, that I can't come up with now. But
that's what I thought you were talking about.
Well, there'll be a triple leveraged ETF for NFTs,
which is
somebody's going to do that.
So you're saying basically, I'm going to try to get my arms around this whole thing here because I did see this. So basically, they're taking this crypto craze. I'm not even going to say it. I'll say a step further, but it's like multiple steps further.
Yeah.
Where they're not only buying crypto, they're converting your dollars to crypto, but now you're converting your crypto to specific items. Specific,
like a tweet I have on here. It's like Mark Cuban. You can buy a Cuban. You could probably buy a tweet of like Trump saying something as an NFT. At some point, that'll probably happen.
Okay.
People will start coming out with like, I'm selling my words online.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah.
Right.
But to my point,
it's like
where
sponsorships when Kardashians post something.
It's like, dude, I bought, I remember when Kim Kardashian said that like I'm getting divorced from Kanye. I own that NFT. Like there's going to be people, right? They're getting drunk in a bar. They're like, oh yeah, let's go buy, the crazy.
It's like trademark. It's like the new trademarking.
Yeah.
I'm going to trademark that.
I'm going to trademark. Yeah. To me, it sounded like NFT opens up the doors to buy anything in digital form, which is a kind of a weird concept, like in some ways. So you can buy,
like I heard something about like you're buying a file, like
right.
You're buying a file of artwork, or you're buying someone creates a file of a certain product or an artwork or designs or music or noise.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And they're selling that.
And there's
Right. It's like someone buying my OneDrive. Like, not sure you want to buy my OneDrive, my Microsoft OneDrive, but it is quite unique. Doesn't have anything racy in it. It's not very exciting, but it is unique. And I guess that's what you're saying. Look, it is interesting. I think that as someone that has gone through what just hit me, is as someone that has gone through more than a few market crashes, right? I haven't been around for forever, but the tech bubble, September 11th, I'll call that a crash. Obviously, it wasn't for an extended period of time, but it was bad. Mortgage crisis. We had the recent, the COVID issue. Again, that's sort of a shorter-lived thing, but the feeling, and like we did with our other podcast, right, where we talked about Forex trading, all that stuff, and you showed the post of the sign,
right.
We buy your Forex or whatever it was called. To me, stuff like this shows a level of exuberance, exacerbated exuberance, with people they're losing ways to spend their money, which makes me nervous, candidly, I guess. That makes me nervous. Maybe a little bit gun shy, but that if this is the direction that we're going, where people are just making shit up right now to invest in stuff, that's a little bit crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there is a lot of that initially. The concept is pretty interesting. It definitely shows me that there's probably going to be some big push to just full on digital currency.
Right. I would think that this is going to be more common I was talking to a client of ours, and he has a very wealthy client, very wealthy, and says that this client gets presented all these funky investments all the time, like crazy stuff, and he'll come to him and say, what do you think about this, whatever, And so I guess the greater message here is, if you're an advisor, well, you're listening to this, you're probably an advisor, but you should be talking. You need to be looking into this, and that was part of the one conversation you had.
Yeah,
and you had that conversation with a producer that was like a huge producer, north of $20 million in revenue,
right?
And he wasn't even really fully aware, but was like, shit, I need to go get up to speed on this stuff.
Yeah, within about 30 seconds, he said, I need to look into it. And it was a serious, I need to look into this. And then we had a conference call that started.
So he understood it much faster than I did.
He understood the fact that some sort of digital piece of artwork just sold for $6 million on the internet. And so coincidentally, talked to him again a couple other times just recently, and we had a full-on conversation about NFTs.
Right.
And he's saying that sooner or later, probably sooner, a client's going to ask him about this.
Right.
And I've had some other conversations with advisors who've actually brought it up to me about, can I charge? How do I charge if a client buys an NFT?
Right. Yeah, and so that right there is the crux of what we're really trying to bring your attention to, and that is, you need to be fully aware of these things so you can have the conversation with your client before somebody else does, right? And somebody else figures out a way to handle that NFT trade, if you want to call it a trade, handle that NFT trade, and oh, by the way, while you're at it, we're going to handle that trade. We need you to move the $10 million Merrill Lynch account over here.
Oh,
right.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
Boom. Right.
Yeah, see it.
Again, keeping, it's leaving your flank open because you're not up to speed on this stuff, and you're, not that I'm saying I do this, but it is what it is. I don't manage client assets. But you're discounting it and dismissing it because you don't understand it is the wrong attitude, right? Because you don't understand it, don't dismiss it and actually spend some time understanding what the hell's going on, because it is going on. I mean, you said Mark Cuban is selling his tweets as NFS, a fucking, excuse my language, a cat. I remember seeing this. It was like a cat sold for $400,000, a digital cat.
Well, there's more on
these, and high net worth clients are constantly looking for ways to diversify their portfolios, right? And I don't mean literally their stock portfolios. I mean their asset portfolios. So their real estate, all of those types of things.
I got a prediction.
Okay.
Here we go. Mark my words. I don't know which Ivy League school is going to do it first. Some pension's going to start doing NFTs and investing in this stuff.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, most pensions, a large portion of their assets are in alternative investments because it's,
right.
Let's go by inverse correlation to the market, and they're trying to reduce the risk. So,
right.
Anyway, all right, my head hurts.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.
That was pretty interesting. Again, moral of the story is what we're trying to do here is just bring up conversations that we're having on a weekly basis with advisors that they're having with their clients. And so maybe you're in a marketplace where that's not being talked about. So if we can help you by bringing conversations to you that are happening in other parts of the country, eventually it'll make its way to you and your clients. So we hope you enjoyed it.
And learn about it and call us and tell us what this actually means.
Call Dale, because I'm not going to understand it. So if you have any questions about it, you can email Dale at eliteconsultingpartners.com. If you want to talk about transitioning to a new firm and moving your multi-million-dollar practice, you can call me, and I can help you with that all day long. If you want to talk about Forex trading or Bitcoin or NFTs, call Dale. Anyway,
no, just respond to that person online who's asking you about it.
Right, exactly. Anyway, listen, thanks for the time. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe, share this with anyone that you know that you think it might be helpful. Like and subscribe, smash that like button, as Dale used to say. I guess it's passé now.
Yeah, that's not on trend anymore, I guess.
Well, I'm an old school guy, so I'm going to keep saying that. Check out our YouTube channel. Same thing, Advisor Talk with Frank LaRosa. You'll be able to see you'll see our swag, what's going on.
Hey, we should do a store. We should do an NFT store for swag.
We're not doing an NFT store. NTF and NFT. I don't know. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Good talk.
Thanks for watching Advisor Talk with Frank LaRosa. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out some of our other episodes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you back here next week.